This is for patient case study number 15. On the red card, you see your little scenario for that particular patient. It's a male who's 52 years old. You guys will go through, read the rest of it, kind of summarize in your own words, being that technician or nurse practitioner, some ideas about this particular patient. Why is he in to see you? What are his symptoms? But make sure you guys put it in your own words. So as we take a closer look at patient number 15, I have a control patient, Mr. Rollins, there, just so you guys can kind of compare blood work along the way. So what we're going to start off with is color and clarity for patient number 15. You should have already seen it for Mr. Rollins. So for Mr. Rollins, it was with the last video, but there's my sample for patient number 15. You guys want to go color. So give me a color that you have. If you need to go back and compare it to what you saw in Rollins' video, please do so. And you also want to come up with clarity on that. And what I mean by clarity, can you see through it, or is it kind of cloudy? Is it clear there? As opposed to something that's turgid or turbid, meaning turbidity that you have, cloudiness that may be within there. The next part that you see on this is going to be for your pHs. So I have two sets of pH paper running along the bottom. The first one is for 0 to 14. It's our normal P hydrant paper. The other one gets a little more exact for you and runs from about 5.5 to 8. So I'm going to do both of them. My first P hydrant paper, the normal one. There's my pH for that. I'm going to blow them up here in a moment. My second sample, I put a little on, put that next to that, is what you guys should be able to see there. So if I kind of blow them up a little bit, there is my 0 to 14 for you guys. See if it gets a little focused. Okay, so pick out pH. You can do half numbers if you like. Don't go anything smaller than halves. And then also put that number in there. So within your pH part of your data chart, you will have two numbers. You'll have 1 to 14, and then you'll give me one that's put a slash there and put it a little bit more specific. So we've gone through color, clarity, as well as pHs. The next part is going to be for glucose. So what you see here is the tube. Mr. Rollins' glucose actually was negative, and that was when we took the urine and we mixed it with Benedict solution and put it on a hot water bath for about 5 minutes. It came out the same color it went in, which means that it's negative. Patient number 15, this would be his glucose test. So after sitting on the heat for about 5 minutes, it changed from that blue color, bluish green color, to what you guys see in front of you. So think about what was said in the lab about what that particular color represents and go ahead and fill it in. I would also include your qualitative data. What color is it? Put a color down as well, besides pluses and minuses and whatever else you may need in there. Next little part that you guys have is for proteins as well as chlorides. So the top row that you see there deals with all Rollins. So Rollins was going to be our control patient. He still is our control patient as opposed to test patient number 15. So the first little box that you guys see there, or well that you see there, is for his protein. That's our urine with burette solution in it. If it was positive, it would have kind of turned a pinkish purplish color, so we know Rollins is normal, especially being our control patient. And there is test patient number 15. So they're about the same. Same thing with chlorides, which is well number 3. If this was positive, it would have turned kind of a cloudy white, because it will form a white precipitate in there. So we know Rollins is negative for chlorides, as well as your test patient is negative for chlorides. That should help fill in the rest of your chart. The only other bit that you guys have left is to go through and go online and look at the microscopic view of what the urine would look like underneath the microscope. You guys are going to copy and paste it, put that right into your data chart, and that should give you guys enough information to go through and kind of analyze what patient number 15 has wrong based on the analysis of the urine.